I'm here with Mark Nelson of Rio Grande, and we are going to talk cold connection and riveting.
Exactly. There's a type of cold connection called a standoff rivet, in which the top layer is actually standing off the bottom one, so it gives your piece a little bit of depth. To start with, we're going to start with a design on a copper disc, and to do that, we're just going to use a little bit of rubber cement, and we'll go ahead and paint that on both sides. You do want to make sure that the copper underneath has been cleaned with alcohol to remove any kind of grease or fingerprints and stuff like that. If you coat both sides and then let them dry, it'll act kind of like a contact cement, and it'll be really strong.
Gotcha.
So, because when you're cutting this out, you don't want the paper to lift off.
So basically what you're doing is deciding which pattern you want for your piece and then adhering it to them.
And all the black areas are the parts that we're going to be cutting out. So, and I have one piece here that's already halfway done. And we've pre-drilled some holes, and how we did that is we took a center punch and we marked our hole and did the center punch for a drill bit. And then we're going to use a flex shaft to drill the hole.
Okay. Safety glasses, of course.
We use a little bit of lubricant for the drill bit. That'll make the cutting a lot easier.
Okay.
And then we go ahead and cut out the hole. And this is a place for our saw blade to go into.
Okay.
I'm going to shake that off. And to do the sawing, we take our jeweler saw and we're going to feed it from behind into one of the holes.
Okay. So you would have used your flex shaft and drilled all of the holes. Okay. Oh, see how it feeds right through?
Feeds right through. And we make sure we have a little tension on there. So now we're inside that hole. And we'll go ahead and cut that out real quick.
It's amazing how it just cuts right through.
Yeah, it's actually very small teeth on the blade, and it's kind of amazing how fast they actually do cut.
Yeah. So you're just following the outline of the pattern.
We'll go ahead and take this blade out. And you can see that we would continue to go and then cut out all of our patterns in the back. And when we're done, we can just simply peel this off and carry on from there. And I have a piece here. It's all been cut out. And what we want to do is start marking where our holes are going to be for our rivets. And I think if we put one here, here. If we do 4, it's going to be nice and even. Okay?
Right.
So that's where we mark those. At this time, you do want to take a file and start cleaning it up, because your saw lines will be pretty rough. And you want to take a little bit of time to come in with some needle files and actually file them and make them nice and smooth and clean it up.
What's nice is that you have a nice assortment of different types. And
it takes an assortment because we have some rounds and half rounds and all kinds of different shapes in there. You also want to do the outside a little bit too.
Oh, that's a good point. Make sure it's nice and smooth.
Here again, we're going to be drilling holes, but this time we want our top half and our bottom half to match up. Okay? Because if they don't match up, our piece is going to be off center. Okay, and our holes won't match up. So one little trick I found is if I take some double stick tape and lay it down on the bottom piece, I can take the top piece and just press it on there, and it won't slide.
Gotcha.
So you put a little firm pressure on there, and they'll stay together. And that way, when you drill one hole, you'll have 2 holes that are matching up. Take our center punch. Here again, we're going to mark all 4 on the steel block. You always want to do a center punch on a steel block.
Right.
If you do it on wood.
And you're just marking it for the drill bit. The drill bit's the drill's gonna take it all the way through.
Exactly.
That's just marking the point for it.
We're making the guides for the drill bit.
Guides. But it's a good point that you want them to stay lined up, because then that's gonna not be fun when you're trying to do the rivets in between.
The next stage.
Cold connection,
So here again, we're going to do some drilling. So we're going to use our safety glasses. A little bit of lubricant on the drill bit, and making sure that these plates stay lined up. We're going to go ahead and
Yeah, just do a couple of them. We can see how that works. So you'd go ahead and do all four of them.
And when you're done, you can go ahead and peel it apart. dust it
Okay.
off. And you should have 4 holes that line up.
Okay, and how do you put the center port together?
This can be a little tricky. What you want to do is start with the wire. Now you want to make sure that your wire is the same diameter as the inside diameter of your tubing.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
And we're going to slip it in the hole.
And so you just cut little pieces of it like you have right there?
These have all been cut the same size.
Okay.
And we're going to slip that on. And then do this.
And then it would just go through the hole that you'd cut through. Oh, okay.
Now what you want to do is you want to cut that wire so it's about 1 millimeter sticking out on each
Okay.
side. So we're going to make this about 1 millimeter.
All right. Perfect.
There we go. And then
Final
take
step is
cutting it.
cutting it. And then just getting it adhered on the top.
Right, and then we're going to go ahead and do our riveting, which is just spreading them out.
Do you leave the wire inside the tube?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
just to
that-
give it more support?
Exactly. Well, the wire is the actual rivet.
Okay,
The tube is the part that keeps it spaced out evenly.
gotcha.
And we'll go
Okay.
ahead and do both sides.
Perfect. That was fun.
Cool.
Thank you so much, Mark.
You're welcome.
Of course, you can find instructions for everything on our website. We'll be right back.